you ever wondered how to save your money and where to save your money or how to make money? Having money is not necessary for building wealth. Wealth is a long-lasting plan, going on for generations. Let Wanda tell you how. Tune in to Wanda's Wealth Moments every Wednesday at 9:30 and learn how to.
Good morning, my friends, and welcome to another segment of Wanda's Wealth Moments, where every week you get to listen, learn, and earn some facts, flows, and tidbits about wealth and also the weather, because you know how we do. We always need to know what we're waking up to, right? So today, right now, it's currently 2 degrees, but we're going to get to a high of 4. It's winter. You know, we're in mid-January and we're hitting 4. I'll take that. I will take that. Again, if there's no snow and it's cold, I'm okay. I don't like to shovel that stuff. Not interested in that. Okay. So let's take it and enjoy it while we can, because it is warm. But yes, I think they're calling for some snowfall. And I think tomorrow, the next day, some kind of snowstorm. Oh well. Oh well. So be it. Anywho, moving on. So here we are. Today is, what is it? Today is the 17th, I think. Let me see. Oh, the 8th. What is 18th? Holy geez. January 18th. Before you know it, we're here in summertime. Again, I'll take that. But January the 18th. So I know with New Year's, it's the New Year's Eve party, and then you wake up to New Year's Day, and it's all right, here we are. Okay. And I think I've talked about New Year's resolutions. Okay, some people believe in them, some people don't. It doesn't matter. For you, it's what are you going to do differently this year? All right, financially, physically, health-wise, what are you going to do differently this year? Are you going to do anything different? Or were you great last year and you just kind of roll into the new year continuing on the same way? Or do you want to make some personal changes to maybe better improve your overall lifestyle? You never know, right? It's all on what you want to do. So I came across this article this morning and I thought it was pretty good. And I wanted to touch on that. It talked about making some financial resolutions for the new year. Okay. And yes, you probably think, oh, why does she always talk about finance? Because this is what the show is all about. All right. It's called Wanda's Wealth Moments. Okay. That's what it is. Not Wanda's working moments. It's wealth moments. So we're all going to talk about things on the topic of finance. So I love reading different articles and hearing people's views and their perspectives of finances. And it's pretty much common, some key points when it comes on to managing your money or the things you should do. And then, of course, you have some things that are way in left field. You're like, what? Where did that come from? But at the end of the day, there are points. These are things that people are doing or experiencing and they're sharing. So with this article, I got it from the Retire Happy our article. Okay. And it talked about, again, make some financial resolutions for the new year. So there were some key points that they talked about and stuff that I've talked about before, but let's kind of go down memory lane and see if you remember some of these things. So one of the big things is calculate your net worth. Yeah, that's a biggie. Calculate your net worth. Do you know what it means to calculate your net worth? All right. And I'm not just talking about what you think you're worth. Right? Are you worth $5? Are you worth? No, we're not talking like that. All right. Overall, your net worth. So you look at all your assets that you have, things of value. Okay, not just, I think this picture's pretty. I think it's no things that you can actually place value on. All right. So things of value minus your liabilities. So your debts, things that you owe. All right. So your assets minus your liability determine your net worth. And that's really important in this day and age. It really is. It's been important forever, especially now because, more people are accumulating or racking up debt. And inflation right now doesn't help either. It just makes it even more difficult. All right. So you'll find that your income and wages are here, but yet inflation is here. Cost of living is here. So what do you do to increase your net worth. All right. How do you increase your income? What if you can't? What if you're stuck? This is where, in that gap in the middle there, that's where people are turning to the credit cards and the loans and the lines. So when your liabilities, far outweigh your income, you're in a negative net worth. So we want to turn that around, even if it's little bits at a time. You work at it, work at it, work at it. Eventually, you'll be able to turn that around, and that's really important. So understand, calculate your net worth. Now, don't be too upset if you're heavily in the negative. Okay, I always say, and I've said this for years and years and years, there's always a solution. You just got to find it. There's always a solution. Maybe not necessarily one that you may like, but it's still a solution. Okay, right? Just got to find what that solution is. So calculate your net worth so you know what you're going to do, the changes you're going to make to increase it. All right. The second is pay down the debts. Yes, please. Can we do that? Can we pay some of those debts down? All right. If you've accumulated a lot of debt in 2022 and you think it might be challenging for 2023, step back, take a look, think, okay, what are the little small minor tweaks and changes that I can do? Make a plan, honestly, stick to the plan. If it's a $20 you could throw extra, do it. If it's $100 you can throw extra, do it. Put something towards your debt and start working it down. Okay, because you put yourself in it, you have responsibility to clear it. Okay, you really do. All right, so if you're quick to take on the loan or the line, you should be quick to try to pay it off. And if you can't be quick to pay it off, at least make an attempt. All right, work on it. Very, very important. Okay, number 3, here's a biggie. Life insurance. Yes, life insurance. Man, the amount of TikToks I see about life insurance, what do you call those things? The reels and things like that. Oh my God, I feel dated when I'm talking like that, okay? But, Instagram, people are posting and posting and posting about life insurance, okay? All types of life insurance. At the end of the day, it's very important to have it. Come on now. God forbid if you pass away. All right, think about it. Just stop and think for a second, all right? If you have a family, you've got your kids, you got dependents. All right. If you passed away yesterday, how would they be managing today? How would they be managing for the rest of the week? I really want you to seriously think about that. All right. People are only concerned when it happens. Well, I know it kind of sounds a little gruesome, but the fact is, what would truly happen to your family, especially if you are the breadwinner, okay, the sole income earner, or the one that brings in higher income? What would happen to your family if you passed on? Life insurance is very, very important, okay? Whether you're in your 20s or your 50s or 60s, it is extremely important to have that in place, all right? At least cover off some of the debts that you have and, final expenses, because you can't bury yourself for free. It's not going to work. They can't just fling you somewhere. That sounds horrible, okay? Costs money. It costs money. Dig away. No, we don't do that. So that's important. Costs money. So have that life insurance in place. Number 4, they said forced savings plan. A forced savings plan. So what do we mean? Use those accounts that you can set up automatic contributions. So like the RRSPs or the tax-free savings accounts, those kind of accounts where if you kind of remember that infomercial years ago, set it and forget it. Was it the rotisserie chicken? Same thing. Same thing you should do when it comes up to your savings. Set it. Don't necessarily forget it, but just kind of have it out of mind for a bit. As long as you have it going in every month, it's great. Capitalize on that. So forced savings is really important. Number 5, they said estate planning. Estate planning. Come on. The most basic aspect of an estate plan is the will. Get that will in order. Whether you speak to a lawyer and get it set up, or you have something that's literally handwritten and signed and witnessed. Do you know that's actually valid? That is actually valid. If you have something written, signed, and witnessed, that stands. Okay. So Get your estate planning in order. Even if you feel like you have nothing, still, the family, whoever's going to take care of your household, if you pass on, okay, the government will not, waste a second to hold and seize things, okay, until, or seize and hold things until things are sorted. But if you have that will in place, all right, it's less likely they can step in and take control. And then living benefits, very important. I mean, we talk about life insurance if you pass away, but what about if you become disabled or injured or ill and you can't work? I say one of the worst things to death is disability. If you're barely living on what you're making now, how are you going to live on half of that? Yes. Okay, keep that in mind. All right. So having that health, dental, medical, those kind of things in place. If you don't have something at work already, look about getting something. If you do have it, maybe not enough, maybe you can top it up with something on the side. All right. So that's really important. Living benefits are very, very important. They talked about banking here. So, whoever you're dealing with the banks, try to, if you have those accounts where you're paying a monthly fee on it, see if you can reduce that fee or eliminate the fee. Look at the types of accounts that you have. All right, control the type of expenses that you're spending having a bank account. Can you imagine? All right, expenses without bank account. Come on. Okay, we can do better than that. All right. So look at all those little things add up. Those little fees that they like to charge, okay? They all add up. I think I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Get smart about taxes, understanding how taxes affect you and what you can do to essentially reduce it or pay less, all right, or at least break even. So look at the different strategies and tools that you can use to help with that. Having that emergency fund. Emergency? What am I telling you? Emergency fund. Very, very important. Okay. Emergency. Most people don't have an emergency fund in this day and age. They do not. They look at their credit card as their emergency fund. Well, really? That Balenciaga shoe was an emergency? No, it wasn't. Okay.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, it's not an emergency fund, okay? So really, literally build one. Start small. You'd be amazed. All right, if you could do $50 a month and just sock it away every single month, that builds up quickly. You'll turn around and say, whoa, look what I got. And just say, yep, put it aside, emergency fund, okay? Rebalancing your portfolio. If you have investments, we're in the beginning of the new year. Do you have to speak with your advisor, see if you need to rebalance, see if you need to, put more into it, shift to reallocate some of the funds that you have in there. Are you more conservative? All right. Or can you take on that risk? That's important because it's part of your long-term plan. Okay. You also have many points here. Oh, two more. Education funding. Kids are not cheap. So think about that, okay? We know they eat every day. We can't say they ate last month, all right? They eat every day and they go to school. School is not free. That's a business too, all right? So see ways to see if there's any, scholarships or grants that can help. If you have to unfortunately take on those student loans, see, how little you need, okay? Because at the end of the day, unfortunately kids, when they graduate with a degree or diploma in one hand and bankruptcy papers in the next. We don't want that. We don't want that because they're so broke from going to school. All right. Not that school is bad, but, at the end of the day, just see what you can do to help with that. And of course, the last point here, balancing cash flow. All right. Every day we're juggling with money, right? Every single day. So we go out, we spend a little, come back and think, oh man, did I really need that? Can I set aside a little bit for this today or a little bit for that tomorrow? What can I do? All right. Balancing cash flow is important because it's like a balancing act, honestly. You ever feel like that? Right? Exactly. You take from Paul the bait beater and then vice versa, or just, hold on both kind of thing. It really is a balancing act. But so, if the one thing we all have in common is that we have to to manage with money. We all have that, like, whether it's a little or a lot. So try to balance it. Do your best. All right. Declare it. Say 2023, I'm going to take back control. All right. It's my time. All right. Yes. Okay. This is how we're going to do it. Or take back control. Take, little steps, make those changes and those tweaks. You will feel great. If you feel great inside, it will come and show on the outside. It'll reflect on the outside. And that's really, really important. Okay. So those are some of the points that I saw in that article, which is really good from it's Retire Happy. If you don't subscribe to it, you can. It's really, really good. Different points that they have there. I love reading their stuff. Stuff that we talk about on a regular, but sometimes you just need to be reminded. Come on, refresh. All right, rejuvenate. This is a new year. All right, 22 is gone. 2022. I say that 10 times. 22 is gone. Out the window. All right. All right, let's jump into 23. Today's January 18th. Before you know it, it's the end of the month. See where you're at. If you haven't done anything, do something now. Do it and do it now. So with that being said, guys, I hope that was a mouthful, all that tea I shared. Whew, I need some water. But listen, have yourself a wonderful, warm Wednesday, kid. It is warm. All right. A wonderful rest of the week. And until next week, should I say, have a super fantabulous day? Yeah, super fantabulous. Okay, super fantastic, super califragilistic. Okay, we won't go there. Expialidocious day.
There you go. There you go. There you go. I would say
My
have a
goodness.
splendiferous day. It's all good.
Yeah.
You know. And we found out that the word catawampus also means fierce. Have a very fierce day. Catawampus
Oh, I
day.
like that.
Yeah.
Fierce.
Yeah, fierce day. Thank you so much, Wanda, for sharing. I let me see. We don't have enough time to cover that, so I'm gonna leave that as it is, because I wanted to talk to you concerning insurance. It's in the sense of let me do this. See if I can do this in 30 seconds. Some people buy insurance, especially the term insurance, but they do not understand why they buy the term insurance. So they'll go to the whole life insurance where there's a supposedly a saving component in it, and that's where the ripoff comes in. I call it a ripoff, as opposed to buying term, invest the difference so that you can grow. So you give yourself 10 years, and you have to be, as far as I'm concerned, diligent to it. You have to commit to it. That just like as you will commit to paying to the whole life or the what they call it, the universal life insurance, in order for you to have your own control of your own money, the insurance is there in the event of. But if you do no savings, you just hold on to the insurance, you still need something in the event of, because insurance can blow up in your face and make you look like, what just happened? Right? I've seen a few horror stories of people who thought they had insurance to even bury the family and also have something left behind, and they had absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
So probably if we can talk about a little bit about that next week, we can have a
Absolutely.
dialogue if you want, and I'll throw some questions at you that
Sure.
people outside need to know exactly what's happening in terms of how, because at my age right now, I look back and I thought to myself, when I was 20, 25, if I had made different decisions monetary, I would have been in a better position today, but I didn't know then what I know now. So if we
Yeah.
can encourage those that a little younger than me, what did that DJ call them again? Fraction of me.
Oh.
That they will put themselves in order by the time they reach 60, 65, 70, the new age. Once again, thank you so much for being with us right here in the Praise Life Morning Show on the Wonders Wealth Moment.